Hello fam, I hope you're well, I hope you're good. As I always say, if you're not, take one day at a time. Guys, welcome back. This is James the Decomposer and the synthesizer of math and science tutor. Okay guys, you gotta chill. I know that I've been gone for so long, but guys, I'm back by God's grace. Let's give him the glory all the time, guys. As I always say, don't forget to pray, don't forget to invite God in all the things that you do in your life. Okay guys. So today I'll be working on calculus, how to find the derivatives, basically using the first principles and using the short method, which I call it power rule. This is not an advanced maths. It's just basic, math core, basically. So I'll be using the question paper of 2020, paper 1, November on question 7. You all can also find the question papers and the memorandums, different types of question papers. You'll find them, guys. June, November, March, Feb. I know people are struggling with calculus. I'm gonna post more, and you guys, if you're struggling with certain topics or certain questions on a certain question paper, you can just tell me to work on it, and I'm gonna work on that and explain to you how we decompose and how we synthesize new ways for you guys to understand. Feel me? But yeah, you're gonna find those things there. I'm just gonna put the links there so that you guys can just and then just go through them and all that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So Buffet 2, it's been a while, I know, but I'm back, as I've said. And every Thursday, catch me here on YouTube, Buffet 2. I'll be posting. Kinyaka inalu commenting, Buffet 2. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. Please, 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 please. As I've said, Buffet 2, please leave your comments there, Buffet, and your questions. I would really appreciate them a lot, because some are just watching. Okay, I know, guys. If we and maybe the method you understood, like guys, I just comment down. Let's go like just comment. You get what I'm saying? Please, please, please. Okay, guys, let's get straight to the business of the day. So people are wondering, how do you find the derivative? So there are also more videos of mine on TikTok based on the derivative on first principles and all that, you see. So yeah, I'll also share the links there so that you can check them out. Okay, so let me do this, guys. So you the first question, which 7.1, it says to you, I'm just gonna go straight to the point, okay? The questions are here. It says determine f prime of x from first principles if f of x equals to 2x squared minus 1. So your f of x is given as 2x squared minus 1. So they're asking you to find what? F prime of x. Basically, they want you to find the derivative of this function using what we call first principles. And sometimes they don't call it first principles. They call it by definition or ground principles. Those are the other terms that they use in a way. So don't be shocked or be surprised and be like, ground principles, by definition, what? No, they're basically talking about what? First principles. Okay, so guys, let me show you something. First principles, but guys, first principles, this one. It's given by f prime of x equals to the limit as h approaches 0 of what? Of f at x, sorry for that, of f at x plus h minus f at x all divided by h. So you're going to find the derivative of this function using this formula. It's basically a longer method, you understand? But here's my advice. This question contributes about 7 marks, maximum 6, 5. You'll never find it in 4. It's 5, 6, 7 basically. So here's I think that I want you guys to grab and understand is that before you use this guy, use a power rule, which is the short method. Power rule works like this. If you have f of x is given by j x to the power n, right? So they say to you, find the derivative of this function. It's going to be f prime of x equals to, now this is how power rule works. It's going to be, j stands for James, by the way. All right, just chill. I can make use of your name if you want to next time. Just tell me your letters and stuff, okay? Then what's gonna happen is that you're gonna take n multiplied by the code. Remember, who is this guy? The base. Who's this guy? The exponent. Who's this guy? The coefficient. James is the coefficient, x is the base, and n is the exponent. All right, so you're going to say James times your exponent, then you still apply the x, which is your base, and then you say n minus 1, then you subtract your exponent by 1. You are done applying the power rule. Short method, you are done. What is my point? My point is that before you use the longer method, use the short method. The answer you get using the shorter method must be the same as the one that you'll get with this one. I'm teaching you guys to submit your work with confidence. You know that people just write, they are doubting their answers. So I'm trying to make you to have confidence within yourself that, okay, I know, no matter even if they can say it's wrong, I know because of this guy and this guy. They are the same when I use the different methods. So you don't have to feel, you know, and all that. So yeah, okay guys, let's do it now. Let me apply that one, guys, so that you can see. So I can just do this using maybe the blue marker. So f prime of x of that guy, I'm gonna say equals to 2 times 2x to the power 2 minus 1. So 2 times 2 is gonna give me 4 and x. 2 times 2, so I took this exponent, multiplied to the base, you see. Then I still subtract my exponent by 1. You get? But then I'm having this guy now. My final answer is this guy. I'm done. But what happened to this guy? He just disappeared out of nowhere, out of the blue? No, guys, let me show you something. The derivative of a constant is always 0. Let me show you how. My people, check. If I have f of x equals to 1, or let me just say equals to 4, okay? They want the derivative. The answer is going to be 0. But do you know how we got the 0? Let me show you how. This is the same thing as, guys, pay attention. When it's 4, it's the same thing. Remember, anything to the power 0 is what? Is 1. And what is 1 times 4? 4. So in other words, when we apply the derivative, I'm going to take this guy as an exponent, applying the power rule. So it's going to be 0 times 4, x to the power what? 0 minus 1. Now what is 0 times 4? Is 0. X to the power 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1 is still going to give us minus 1. So you're still going to have like f prime of x equals to 0x to the power minus 1. Guys, remember it's a multiplication. What is 0 times anything? Let's be honest, guys. Let's be realistic. 0 multiplied by anything will always give you a 0. That's the reason why the derivative of a constant is always 0. But the derivative of 100 is 0. But if it is the derivative of this guy, look at the difference. The derivative of this guy is gonna be 4. Your answer is going to be 4 because the exponent here is 1. So you take this guy and multiply and say 4 times 1. Be good. Then you say 1 minus 1 gives you 0. So anything to the power 0 is 1. So it's going to be 1 times 4, which is 4. So there's a difference between these two guys. There's a huge difference. I hope you're able to understand the difference between this guy and how do you find the derivative of a constant number. Are we together? I hope so. If you don't understand or pick it up, how would it? Just let me know. Sure. Right. Then now we got our answer for this guy was 4x. So let's try to use the long method, which is first principles, to see if we're gonna get the 4x. Okay. So using this guy, which is the first principles, people don't really like this method, but believe me, guys, this is where you should get free marks of calculus, guys. You must make sure. Check. I'm gonna say f prime of x equals to the limit as h approaches 0 of f at x plus h minus f at x all divided by h. Then from there, what am I gonna do? Before I plug everything here, I must identify these two guys. So I'm gonna start with f of x. So f of x is this guy. the minute I say negative f of x, it means that this function must all be multiplied by the negative. How? Check, I'm going to say negative into 2x squared minus 1. Do you see? At first, it is f of x. Now, the minute I multiply the whole f of the whole function by negative, I must also remember what you do on the left, you must also do on the right. Left hand side equals to the, remember that song, right? So it still applies here. Whatever that you do on the left, you must also do on the right. So that's the reason why we had to multiply. Okay, now let's come back to this guy. Some people might say, why aren't you not starting with this one? It's still okay, guys. I can start with that guy. I can. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. You can just say f at x plus h. I'm sorry to confuse you guys. Then you can just say my function is this guy. So where I see x, what must I do? Basically, you must add x plus h inside the brackets. Like wherever where you see x, always add x plus h. Always. I'll do more questions for you to understand this guy. So it's gonna be x plus h. Is it like this only? This is where x was, but because it says all squared, I must square it and then minus 1. I'm done with this guy. Then I come to this part. Then it's minus f at x. Then what am I gonna say? I'm gonna have negative into the 2x squared minus 1. Then I'm done identifying these two guys. So what must I do now? I can take these two guys, plug them there on the equation or on the formula. Then I'm gonna work it out and simplify. Okay, let's decompose it, guys. Right, well, that's okay. So I'm gonna have the limit as h approaches 0 of what? Of 2 into x plus h all squared minus 1 minus into 2x squared minus 1 all divided by h. Guys, you can see I just had to take this stuff there and plug them there. The thing is that you must identify them first before you plug on the equation so that we not or on the formula. Then check the limit as h approaches 0. Now we need to simplify this guy. So I'm gonna be having 2. This is the same as x plus h into x plus h. Okay, I'm gonna do things step by step, but you guys, simplify, right? So this is basically expanding. So I'm expanding it. This is the base, this is the exponent. So the exponent tells you that the base must multiply itself twice. Hence you see it, we are opening the brackets twice. Finally, okay, minus, then negative times positive is negative 2x squared. Negative times negative is positive 1. All divide by h. Because I know that I might not gonna have enough space, I'm just gonna erase certain parts. Then, okay, so I believe some of you already have an answer. Guys, it's okay. From here, you can just take it from there and then work it out quickly, I believe, And other questions that are there like 7.2, 7.3, you can also do them, guys, before I do the solutions. You can just pause the video and attempt them by yourself. And if you feel like you are struggling, then you can unpause the video and continue with me. Then I guess you and I are gonna be on the same page. Okay. Then let's check. From here, what we do, the limit as h approaches 0. Now, what is x times x? Guys, 2 is gonna be x squared. And then, okay, maybe I must do it nicely. I'm gonna have x squared. This guy times, you see, x times x. It's some people don't know how to simplify. So let me just show you guys. There are 2 methods to simplify this. You have x plus h into x plus h, guys. Here's the method. You can say this guy, we know, must multiply everything in the bracket b. So I'm gonna say x into x plus h. Okay, I take the sign of this guy plus h into x plus h. Remember, team A must multiply team B. Everyone in team A must multiply what? Everyone in team B. Now check. What is x times x? X squared. X times h? Xh. H times x? Xh. H times h? H squared. Now you need to find what we call the like terms. The like terms are the terms that are the same, guys. Look, this guy and this guy are the same. So those are the ones I'm gonna put here as my 2xh plus h squared, close the brackets. Then I'm done simplifying. I just wanted to show you guys that method because others are used to that and they call it foil method basically. Yeah. Okay, now guys, check it out. I'm done applying this guy here. Now I'm having the -1 and -2x squared. Hey, I don't have enough space there, so I'm sorry. Let me make sure that everything is nice. The limit as h approaches 0, 2 into x squared plus 2xh plus h squared, close the brackets, -1 minus 2x squared plus 1, all divided by h. The limit as h approaches 0. This guy must always be with you until you start to substitute your 0. Please don't remove the. I don't want you to remove h or the limit here. H approach it's a maya every step of the way until you start to substitute that 0. If you don't, it's wrong, Buffett. Please. Now 2 times x squared, 2x squared. 2 times this guy. I know someone can just say this and this. It's fine. I just want to do everything at once. 2 times this guy, 2x squared. 2 times this is 4xh. 2 times that one plus 2h squared. And then that -1 minus 2x squared plus 1, all divided by h. Now we are going somewhere. Okay, guys, stay with me. The limit as h approaches 0. Now check. See ocean. Look, see ocean. 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, and again, see ocean. -1 plus 1 also gave us 0. So I left with these two guys. I'm gonna write them down. 4xh plus 2h squared, all divided by h. That's what we are left with. Then from this step, what do we do, guys? You need to look at what you call the common factor from factorization, guys. Look, a common factor should be a value or a letter that is found through every term in the expression or in the equation. Check my videos on simplicity with factorization. My video is there. I explain everything, just check it out, guys. Okay, and then now let's go back and finish our job. And if you remember, if you still recall, guys, I got the answer for this one using the short method. Okay, so let's check. The limit as h approaches 0 of this guy, I'm gonna have h into 4x plus 2h, all divided by h. Someone is getting an answer. Someone is starting to get excited now because they see some light. Savannah dark, Savannah light. Savannah light is when you understand. Savannah dark, I wanna mnyam. Then check the limit as h approaches 0. This guy and this guy will give us 1. Basically, again, h and h, they cancel out or they divide each other. And then from there, you will end up having 4x plus 2h. Then from there, the limit as h approaches 0. Check. Now we start to substitute. 4x plus 2 into 0. More than h will be a 0. Maybe about talking about why guys, I will teach you one day how limits works. I will just teach you what is a limit and how does it work when it approaches from the left to the right, or yeah. Okay, then from there, guys, this is gonna be the final answer for us. It's gonna be just to make sure everything looks nice. Please check. The final answer is gonna be what? Equals to 4x, which is what? Your f prime of x. So this is going to be a final answer because 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus that thing is going to be that thing. So this is the first answer that we got using the short method or the power rule. What was my point? What was my goal? My goal was to show that if you're using first principles, please use the short method first to make sure that the answer that you get with the power rule will be the same as the one that you get with the first principle, so that you can submit your work with confidence. You move to the rest of the quizzes with confidence. You understand? These are free marks, guys. Please. All right. So now we can go to the last two questions. All right. Just stay patient with me. Let's go to the second question. The second question. Ooh, this will trap up people. But let's see. 7.2. Only people who believe in themselves, they will stand, still on the thing. Getting? Okay, we have dx of the square root of x squared plus x cubed. Guys, I want to mention something. F prime of x is the same as y prime, is the same as dx, is the same as dy dx, is the same as this guy ddx. All this, we use these symbols to denote, to represent the derivatives. Okay, so please put that in mind. When you see this, don't be like, honey, what's going on? No, this thing is the same as y prime and stuff. It's just that the way we apply it is gonna be a little bit different, but it's the same thing. Okay, check it out. All right, so equals to. Now, before you start to derive, Buffet, my advice, before you start to derive, this is what you must do. We are having the square root of x squared. If you are having something like this, f of x equals to the cube root of x, something like this, you can't find the derivative when it's like this. You need to change this in an exponential form like this, guys. Check. X to the power 1 over 3. This one it's fine. Then, you can work it out. More of my videos are there on TikTok, but I'm still gonna shoot more for you guys to can see. Okay. Yeah. So you can see you cannot simplify this. What is the cube root of x? Still gonna be the cube root of x. So rather change the set into an exponential form. Okay. This is from the laws of sets from grade 11. And then now what must I do here? What is the square root of x squared? Oh, guys, look, even if I change this one, look at this, guys, look. X squared is the same as x to the power 2. Because the square root, I'm going to say all to the power 1 over 2. And then 2 times 1 half is going to be x to the power 2 over 2. Which is 2 over 2 is just going to be x to the power 1. So that's my final answer. So it means my answer is going to be x. I just simplified it. Before you derive, check if you can simplify the expression first. That will make your life more easier, okay? Then this is what I'm gonna do, equals to d dx of x plus x cubed. Now it's easier for me to work. I'm not gonna be scared anymore, because some people, I said, how am I gonna do this one? You're already, no, don't panic, chill. All right, then now let's work it out. So you're gonna distribute this guy to each and everyone in the term. Okay, so I'm gonna have d dx of x like this plus d dx of x cubed like that. Then I'm gonna apply the power rule. What's gonna be the answer? What is the derivative of this guy? Remember, x, there's an exponent of 1. Here there is a coefficient of x is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, I'm gonna have 1 times 1 like that, and then x to the power 1 minus 1 plus, here I'm gonna have 3 times x to the power 3 minus 1. I know it's 3 marks. The thing is that I want people to see every step that is, that is involved. I can remove this guy here to write my final answer here. So 1 times 1 is 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. So I'm going to have 1 plus 3x squared. There you go. 3 minus 1 is 2. And that's your final answer of the first one. Okay? I hope you're all good on that one. So, guys, if you're having problems, don't forget to share your comments. Okay? Now, let's do the last problem, guys, and then we are good. Okay. Okay, the last problem. Okay, you are given f of x equals to 4x squared minus 9, all divided by 4x plus 6. They're saying, and x must not equals to what? Minus 3 over 2. Right, guys, born. They're saying to you, find. They're saying to you, find f prime of x, find the derivative of this function if your function is this guy. And make sure that the x must not be equal. In other words, is that don't solve for x in such a way that your x becomes, because if you solve for x here, I believe that your x is going to be minus 3 over 2. Believe me, trust God. Don't do that. You must simplify using the principles of calculus, okay? So how are we supposed to do this one? Hey, yeah, no, it's hectic. I wanna chila. The thing that is more important here for you is to check, can I divide these things? No, I cannot divide. Look at the first part, like it's a fraction, and a fraction always has a numerator and a denominator. So on our numerator, we can see that we have 4x squared minus 9. This reminds me of the difference of two squares. What do you do with that? Check it out. F of x equals to 2x minus 3 into 2x plus 3. All divided by, you see, the square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2, 4. Square root of x squared, x. X times x, x squared. Square root of 9, 3. 3 times 3, 9. Guys, check my video of vectorization. I did these things, okay? And then here on the denominator, I can see there's a common factor I can find, which is 2. If you divide 4 by 4, it's gonna be 4. Or it's gonna be 1. And then 6 divided by 4 is gonna give you 3 over 2. So 2 goes into 4, 2 also goes into 6, but 3 cannot go in here. So that's what I'm gonna say is gonna be 2 into x plus 3. 2 times x, oh no, sorry, it's 2x, okay? 2 times 2, x is 4x. 2 times 3 is 6. So now, which ones do look the same? These two guys looks the same. So how can we do this problem? Look. Then how do you do this one? How do you do it? Then now you have f of x equals to 2x minus 3 all divided by 2. Easy stuff, guys. Look at the easy stuff that you can do. F of x is the same as 2x over 2 minus 3 over 2. This fraction, it shares the same denominator. Fractions that have the same denominator, we do what? We keep the denominator and add the numerators when I take it back. So look, 2 divided by 2, then I want to have enough space, guys. Please don't mind. Okay, don't mind. And then check, guys, my f of x is going to be equal to x minus 3 over 2. Guys, this is still my expression. I was simplifying. I didn't even start to derive. Okay? Then from there, guys, let's finish it up quickly. We can start to derive, guys. Look, f prime of x. What is the derivative? What is the derivative, guys? What is the derivative of this one? Of this guy using the power rule? It's going to be 1. This one minus 0. So meaning your final answer, f prime of x equals to 1. If you solve for x here, you let this thing to be 0. What's going to happen? I get you know. But you don't get it. Alright, guys. This is the questions that I wanted to work with. You know, to assist you guys and to show you how do we simplify them, how do we solve them and all that. So these are all the questions under calculus on how to find the derivatives using the first principles and using the short method, which is called the power rule. Okay, so if you guys like the video, please don't mind, don't hesitate to share it with your friends, anyone you know who might actually need this. And don't forget to comment, to subscribe, as please, please, okay. And then don't forget to praise. I always say, guys, right? Wherever where you go, worship God. Wherever you go, praise God for who He is, not for the things that He's always doing for you, but for who He is. He's always the same God of yesterday, today, tomorrow, and forevermore. He's not like a man that He may lie, that He may sin, that He may change. You get what I'm saying, guys? So He's the one that you can rely on, you can depend on. I know sometimes things are hard in life, and you blame God and question God on certain things, or why God is this thing happening to me and all that. But God is always faithful, guys. God is always faithful. He will never leave you, never forsake you, okay? Trust Him, be patient, He will come through for you. Love you all, stay blessed.